A station wagon is a good idea. It gives you more room than a car because the back is square, but not that much more. And what if you have more than a station wagon can carry? What do? Buy 2 station wagons? Wouldn't it be nice to have 1 station wagon that carried as much as 2 station wagons? If you play around with the problem a little and get rid of the pieces that waste space, you can figure out how to make a station wagon that's not only smaller outside, but bigger inside. And the first time you see a Volkswagen station wagon, you'll wonder why nobody figured it out before.
Back then, we used to call it a station wagon. The fact is, Volkswagen made the very first compact van back in 1949. But they kept playing around with the idea, smaller on the outside, bigger on the inside, and did a little of this and, well, whatever. They had a big idea then, and they have a big idea now. Introducing the new mid-size Volkswagen Eurovan, the world's biggest van for its size. That's right, mid-size van. Not a station wagon, not a microbus, and definitely not a minivan. But it's not a full-size van either. In fact, this is shorter than many minivans, like the Toyota Previa, the Chevrolet Lumina, the Grand Caravan, and it's even shorter than the Volvo station wagon. That's what makes it so easy to drive. And even though it's so short, it still has more interior room than the,
Mazda MPV, the Lumina APV, the Caravan, the Grand Caravan, the Astro, the Aerostar, the Previa, even the extended versions of the Aerostar and the Astro.
What are you doing in there?
Just making a few plans for the weekend.
Ah, yes, the weekend. That is a little dirtbag. All righty. And today, guys, whitewater rafting.
Yes! Yes!
Oh, I can see it all now.
Yeah, me too. That's it. Put your back into it.
So, how does Volkswagen manage to get so much space into such a small space? Well, if you play around with the problem a little bit, you can figure out how to make a van that's not only smaller on the outside, but bigger on the inside. They started by taking a 5-cylinder inline engine and mounting it sideways under the hood, which gives the front cabin a lot more room while keeping the overall length to a minimum. And since the Eurovan is front-wheel drive, there's no need to put a drive shaft under the passenger part of the van. So the floor is lower, and the side step's only 14.5 inches from the ground, lowest of any van on the market. And since the floor is lower and the ceiling's higher, there's more headroom for your head and more legroom for your legs.
So I guess that allows for some pretty big legs and some pretty big heads, eh?
Oh, all righty. Anyway, there's 54 inches of room from floor to ceiling. I'm 6'3", and look, plenty of headroom. In all, there's 201 cubic feet of space behind the driver. That's over 35% larger than the average minivan.
So there's plenty of room to seat 7 adults in perfect comfort.
And why are they so comfortable? Well, first of all, they're designed for adults. Now, if I had a rear bench from a minivan, I could show you exactly what I mean. The Eurovan seats, they're nice and wide, they're nice and high, and they're a lot higher from the floor. Well, need I say more? All right now, men. Now, you know every weekend is a war, and to win that war, you gotta keep your vehicle properly tuned. Even though the engine compartment is compact, all the fluids are still real easy to get to. The, washer fluid is, probably...
Right here. And here's the oil, the antifreeze, and here's the dip stick.
Oh, funny.
And if you really want to get serious, just remove 4 bolts and bingo, you can get right at the spark plugs.
You hear that, guys? Spark plugs. Get right at them. Everything you need, all right here. I gotta hand it to you, Nancy.
Speaking of giving me a hand, would you mind putting that old board in the van?
Yeah, sure. No problem, honey. Yep, piece of cake. Glad to be of service. Yep, I'm your workhorse, little lady. doing my job. Nice, huh? You can put a 4x8 sheet of plywood in the back and still close the hatch. Is that all you need?
Well, not exactly.
Ah, college. All righty. Details are what make you really appreciate the Eurovan. The floor and back is only 20 inches from the ground. Plus, there's no lip to get in the way. Hear that, honey? No lip. Got her. The sliding door glides smoothly on 7 rollers instead of the typical 3. And speaking of rolling, Eurovan comes standard with 15-inch wheels, big 11-inch front disc brakes, plus a full-size spare. The front doors open nice and wide, and how about these hinges? Woo, yeah, these are real men's hinges. We're talking durable cast steel, not stamped.
Very nice, Brian. You ready to go?
Yeah, where are we going?
To the auction.
Auction?
Now, don't worry. You can pick up the boys and do your little male bonding camping trip, whatever you call it thing.
We're selling my stuff. Oh, wait a minute. We're not selling all my stuff, are we? Oh, no, not the fish. Not my cello, not my lava lamp. Eurovan's 5-cylinder engine is designed to deliver power over a broad RPM range. In fact, Eurovan produces its peak power at only 2,200 RPM, a claim no other van can make. You can hardly tell the difference in performance, fully loaded or not. And if you're carrying an uneven load, Eurovan's load-sensitive braking system monitors weight location and adjusts braking pressure to help minimize lockup. Eurovan's aerodynamic design and 4-wheel independent suspension improves crosswind control. And 4-wheel ABS brakes are available as an option on every model.
You always were looking for an easy break.
Good one, honey. And Farfignugan? Well, it's all right here. From the way the steering wheel feels in your hand, to the way the front-wheel drive works with the suspension. So you can handle a hairpin curve like you're driving a European sedan.
In the wrong direction.
I knew that. Just wanted to show you the tight turning circle. It's in the way the instrument panel is smartly laid out in an easy-to-read fashion. With large windows and mirrors and a vantage point like this, you get a commanding view of the road. And if there's one thing I like, it's being in command.
Honey, watch where you're going.
Yes, dear. Even the stalk controls for wipers and turn indicators are placed close, so you can keep your hands on the wheel and your eyes on the road. That's German engineering for you, the way it all works together to give you that feeling of confidence and control you get from driving any Volkswagen.
Hey guys, there are your folks.
There's Kathy and the boys. Hi, Kathy. Hi, guys. Listen, thanks for taking care of the boys.
Oh, thanks for letting me borrow them and for bringing all the great stuff.
Oh, it was no problem. Piece of cake. So, you got rid of your big van.
Oh, that's just it. It was only big on the outside. You were right. I love it. This van's so easy to drive. And they installed my lift without expensive modifications. And you know what? Volkswagen even pitched in some money to help me buy it.
Oh, that's great. I am so glad we're getting rid of all that old stuff.
I bet you are.
Hey, honey, look what I got. You ready for that camping trip, kids? Woo, let's go.
Yes!
See you Sunday. All righty, let's go, boys. Say goodbye to civilization. Woohoo! Saddle up the Eurovan. Lucky for me, the Eurovan is strong enough to tow a 4,400-pound freight trailer and 1,500 pounds of passenger and cargo. It already comes with a heavy-duty transmission, suspension, and radiator. The only thing I had to add was the hitch. Volkswagen engineers consider safety for all passengers their highest priority. There's high seat backs and head restraints for all occupants, and the sliding door and the rear hatch have child safety locks. And to meet Volkswagen's rigorous standards, it had to pass over a dozen safety tests, including the 4 required by the government. The Eurovan is available in 2 seating configurations. This is the GL model, which comes with AM/FM stereo cassette, power mirrors that have built-in defoggers, and separate air conditioning units for front and back. Then there's the MV, and yo, this MV Weekender. Cool. This one also seats 7, but in a slightly different way, which leaves room for this handy fold-down table.
Yes!
Here's a few more of those details I was telling you about. The rear window defogger. See how it zigzags up and down here? That keeps the wiper blade from freezing to the window. Good idea, huh? There's a brake light in a prominent position and lots of room between the back seats and the rear hatch for safety and storage. And who says roughing it has to be so rough? Look at this. Nifty cup holders and map pockets in the door. A 12-volt refrigerator. There's a reading light and curtains for privacy. Upstairs, the pop-top bedroom that sleeps two in less than a minute.
And this is the master bedroom. Ah, yes, all the comforts of home, but a whole lot easier to park.
So now a quick review. The new mid-size Volkswagen Eurovan has more room than any minivan on the market, even the extended length minivans. Yet, it's only 2 inches longer than a Honda Accord, so it's easy to drive. It seats 7 adults in perfect comfort, has plenty of room for a motorcycle, a cello, a nice big fish, and it has enough power to tow some pretty big stuff. Big on the inside, small on the outside. And when you see the Volkswagen Eurovans, you'll see how the people who made the first compact van are still making the best compact van.